ClassM Systems is a custom software development company that specializes in database applications. What does that mean? All businesses are made up of repetitive tasks. Some of these tasks can and should be automated. Some should not. Opening the office, or discussing the future of the business, or eating lunch with colleagues are tasks that should not be automated. Storing and tracking of information such as billing data, inventory, cost, sales, and efficiency should be automated. Say you're a home healthcare agency and your professionals are reimbursed for travel expense on home care visits on a monthly basis. And let's say that each travel expense claim requires staff to enter in the date of travel, you're from and to locations, customer, program, how you traveled by car, public transportation or taxi, and the mileage. You also have to submit separate claims for parking, tolls, and other expenses. Now imagine that each client is seen twice a week. Let's look at a real-world case. We're going to look at two examples for entering data for the situation just described, entering travel expenses on a monthly basis. One using a formatted spreadsheet before the process is automated, and one with a custom software developed specifically to streamline the process. Now, the first example is a bit long. It's about a 5-minute segment. But I ask you to stick through it to really get a good sense of what ClassM System does for their clients. So here we go. Okay, so I call up my Excel spreadsheet for travel expenses. Now, this is a spreadsheet that you might download from any place on the internet. And I begin to enter in my travel expenses for the month. I begin with the program, and then I enter in the reimbursement address. This is the address for where I want my check mailed to. And then I enter in my name, the department, and the month that I'm making the travel expense claim for. And I begin to enter in the individual expenses. I start with the date of travel, my from location, my to location, the client, the mode of travel, and the mileage. Now, for the mileage, I need to go on to Google Chrome and enter in the address in the search bar. And because this is an address that I've entered in before, I go on to Google Maps and I click on the directions button and then the little car icon to indicate that I want driving, I want mileage. And I see the mileage and I go back to my spreadsheet and I enter in the mileage. My reimbursement rate is 53.5 cents. And that's my expense for one way, but I get reimbursed for round trip. And so I copy that line onto the line below it. And I reverse the from and the 2 locations. And there's my round trip. But I also get reimbursed for parking. And so I take the last entry and I copy it to the line below it. And because parking only happens at one location, I copy my from address to my to address and I change the mode to parking. I remove the mileage, I remove the rate, and I enter in $10 for parking. I also get reimbursed for tolls. So I copy that line to the line below it. And for tolls, I actually want to indicate direction. So I change my to location so that it's different from my from location. And I change my mode. And I enter $7.50 for the tolls. But I get reimbursed for tolls in both directions, and so I copy that line onto the line below it. And I reverse the to and from locations to indicate that this is tolls for going the other way. And that's how 1 day of travel expense information was entered in this company before they automated. I load my application. I log in by entering my name, my payroll ID, and I click on the login button. It takes me to where I can enter in a trip. I enter in the starting address, I enter in the ending address, and watch as I tab off the ending address. You can see that the mileage automatically calculates. Then I enter in my customer, the program. I'm set up for mileage, but this is just one trip on 1 day. So I want to enter in multiple trips. Remember, this person sees the client twice a week. So I click on all the dates that the client has been seen for the month. I set up for round trip. I add $10 for the parking. I add $7.50 for tolls. I make the tolls in both directions. This is other expenses, so I note it as tolls, and I add that to my trip collection. And then I add it to my worksheet, my trips worksheet, and I'm done. And if you take a look, you can see what all that accomplishes. I've added 40 travel expense records encompassing all the trips in both directions with the parking and the tolls in both directions for the entire month in 1 minute and 9 seconds. +30 years of premium custom software development and deep listening have honed my instincts and allowed me to simplify tasks like this one to such a degree. The tools without the experience wouldn't accomplish this, and this was just one example. ClassM has developed systems that make it easy to locate contact information through an emergency contact dashboard, simplify querying data and reporting, and turn complex datasets into clear and colorful Excel workbooks from scratch, just to name a few examples.
If you have any questions or would like to know more, please call Class M at 917-916-7569, email at eantar@classmsystems.com, or visit the Class M website at classmsystems.com. By the way, if you enjoyed this video, Class M creates them as well. I'm Eddie Antar, owner of Class M Systems. Thanks for watching.